Welcome, cavers, dwellers, and splunkers, to another Saturday morning nerd out. Interesting things happening this week, but we had some great trailer drops, which we'll be going over in today's episode. We're not going to get into the whole SAG and stuff like that. That's a much bigger conversation. So I hope everyone is caffeinated. I hope everyone has had their breakfast or cereal, whatever it may be. But let's get into this. Without further ado, let's introduce our panel of hosts as well. Join me, as always, the one, the only, the phraziest girl I know in the world, Frey Girl.
Hey, it's me, a Frey Girl. No,
how's it going?
I wish there was like a Barbie tagline that I could be like, yo, Barbie, but I am not that person. So.
No, come on. Hey, Cam Metsun Sewong, welcome into the chat. Thank you for joining us. And why don't you introduce our first appearance?
Sorry.
I hear myself.
I know. I forgot to get the chat up before we did this, and I was like, so this person is near and dear to me, both physically and spiritually. He is my guru and former mayor of Liam City. It's Shdu.
Hey. Welcome, Shdu, to Saturday Morning Nerd Out. How are you guys doing for it not being Saturday morning for us here?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean,
very pale, apparently.
I'm from the Midwest. All right, I am a very, very pale man.
Oh, yeah. With some of that Irish, it's just like, it's not.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Son of Frey. Yeah. Oh, and we got Cam, always welcome.
Hi, Cam.
Metsu.
Woo!
James, how's it going? The Flying Freyson. Nice. I like that.
Morning, James.
All right. Well, without further ado, shall we get into the game show of the time frame that we have? Find that Skrull. Let's give it over to Miss Frey Girl here for the recap of where we're at.
So I actually wrote something. And I'm probably going to ignore it. No,
you know what? I wrote something for later too, and there was no guarantee I'm going to remember any of it.
So I'm going to do a quick recap of episode 4, and I'm going to do it in the style of headlines.
Ooh.
Headline style here. So we start with Priscilla telling her truth. Fury then contemplates divorce or renewing their vows afterwards. Rhodey decides green looks good on them. Rabbit comes out as Groot, then decides Talos needs some help with his little friend and a knife. Fury saves the president and leaves Talos behind. See? There you go. That was the whole episode.
I mean,
And if you haven't seen it, I didn't give anything away. I just kind of told you how everything happened.
Oh, I mean, we still have the spoiler tag down below because some people just don't watch it in a timely fashion. Yeah. Maybe I'm looking at James here potentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say James. Is it James? Well, he has 17 kids.
Right.
I mean, there's no time for TV when you have that many kids.
All right. Well, do you have a quick recap of the scores and where we're at?
Okay, so let me get up there. Oh wait, my computer is being lovely again today. Okay, so for week 4, now the way that I'm doing it is if you guess the person that actually reveals themselves as a Skrull. We're not talking about the actual, how long it's been or anything, just the reveal itself. That's for the week. So, Graveyard, you might want to pick a different person. You're losing a lot of points picking this guy.
We'll see if my prediction about Rhodey comes true, though, because I think that's a huge thing.
You said you think it's after the blip, right?
Absolutely. And I think we're past the statute of limitations for Rhodey.
Okay.
Right, because we said after the blip is when during the blip or after is when we think most everybody got
I think the biggest
shot.
reveal should be people that have been there pre-blip.
Yeah, and I wonder if because they're like people, how the internet is. People have been like, oh no, he's been a Skrull since they swapped Terrence Howard for Don Cheadle, and I'm like,
right.
okay,
I think that's the obvious though. I don't think they're going to do that. No,
they're not going to do that. And then I thought, and then there was somebody that said that they thought that it happened after Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3. And I'm like, okay. And then and then they
I have a negative score, Cam. I know that.
I did until like this week. But the Jamas is in the lead. Well, we haven't done discretionary points yet, guys. So
right.
You never know. Things can change around. But no, so then there's one that it was Age of Ultron is when he got. After Age of Ultron is when, and then I haven't heard a lot like, oh, it's only been, well, no, somebody said it's only been like a couple of months.
I think it's only been a couple weeks or months.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, there was a big shift. It's like somebody hacked his Twitter account or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's how, like, it's like, oh, wow, no, he's saying stuff he shouldn't be saying right now. And then he turned out to be a woman. Skrull female?
I mean, more power to him. More power to them. More power to them.
Yeah, it's she's just living her truth, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
well,
so
not exactly her truth, but
I think that if it wasn't before the blip, like because there's some stuff in like Infinity War and Endgame that I'm like, like there's some things he gets a little sassy with Ross when in Endgame. Is it Endgame when they come back to
yeah
and they come back and and Rhodey's like, oh yeah, I'll get right on that. And then he's like, I just hung up on the Secretary of State. Oh my God, I'm gonna get court and all that stuff, right? So there, I think he was being Rhodey, and that was Rhodey. But after that, I don't know. We haven't seen Rhodey that much after that.
No, it's a good point. It could really be any time in in that kind of space there.
Well, and talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier is, I think the speech he gave, he would not have given to Anthony Mackie, to Sam Wilson as a Skrull.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true. Yeah, because she doesn't do a very good job of being Rhodey.
No.
And we don't know who she is. I'd like to know like what the name of her, like the Skrull is, just to see, because obviously this isn't just a one and done thing, because the others happen, like Ross was like killed, and then all the other people that have been discovered as Skrulls, they get like immediately taken. So this one, Nick's like, hey, I'm gonna play the long game here. I'm gonna let you be Rhodey for now. I want to see what's going on,
right.
and get the president out of your clutches, which is what they did. But who knows what's going on? So it was really interesting. I thought that this episode really ratcheted up the urgency and the threat. Like the first 3 episodes were the setup, and now this is like where everything's starting to roll, and that seems pretty accurate. It seems like what you would do, especially on a TV show, something that you would do. But I still believe that they're not gonna resolve anything. They may resolve Gravik, but I think it's gonna be one of those you got rid of who you thought was the bad, the big bad, and then you realize they're not the big bad, that there's actually somebody pulling their strings as well. And I think that's what we'll see. And then Secret Wars, you know, it'll culminate with Secret Wars. Obviously, like Fantastic Four will be in there and everything, but and that's when we'll start seeing the heroes, and then finding out if the heroes are Skrulls or not. And that's going to be like bananas.
Yeah.
Like I said, my prediction, obviously, I said last week, was that Super Skrulls lead into Fantastic Four.
I think you're right on for that. As soon as you said it, I was like, I'm 100% on board with that.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. I mean, you know,
because the first Super Skrull, the first Skrulls were in Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to realize that, maybe not all a million are out there, and there's the Under Emperor, whoever still exists, but that's going to lead them to go into space to get their cosmic powers, is the Skrull part of this. With Saber, and they're launched from Saber and do all this stuff.
Yeah, and I do think that I mean, I know Fantastic Four is going to be part of this. I mean, you can't have the Skrulls without Fantastic Four.
Correct.
You really can't. So, and the way that they kind of introduced them in Captain Marvel, which was good, because, I mean, you know, Captain Marvel was Kree.
Oh. You're frozen.
Yeah.
There you
go.
We lost you. You got frozen for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, did I?
We saw
sorry.
That's when the Skrull took over.
Yeah, freezing.
We saw it live here, folks. This is how a Skrull invasion looks like. You get frozen for a couple of seconds.
That was weird. Okay. I had no idea. I was still talking. All right. Oh, you know what?
Interesting.
Chuck, that's a good theory, because there's like a school of thought. There are people in this school of thought where they think that, we haven't seen Fury at all, that this isn't Fury at all, that he sent somebody else down, which, you know what? That's a Fury thing to do.
Oh, that's a very Fury thing to do.
Why is he knocking boots with Fury's wife then? I just don't see Fury not being a jealous guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and we don't see them do the thing, but we see the before and after of the thing.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and then that scene between him and her, and where she tells the story about how she got her face, and that Priscilla Vara, you know, and then the whole gun thing. That was so spy. That was like so spy.
Glasses Fury versus non-Glasses Fury. Are you saying Glasses Fury is the old man and non-Glasses Fury is the Skrull there, James? Because he's old and he needs glasses. So
contacts exist.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm the only one on this that's wearing glasses. What are you saying about me, James? No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, so you did not come out on top.
I am sticking by this. I still think that he is still going to get replaced. He's going to die, and he's going to get replaced by a Skrull at some point in time in the penultimate stuff. And I still think that's how we get Thunderbolt Ross as president, is they'll have a way to detect it, and they'll find out this was all espionage, rouge, smokescreen of everything else.
Well, so do we have confirmation that Ross is the vice president now?
No.
So if that's the case, and he's not the vice president, not the Speaker of the House, there have to be several people that die for him to get to be president, or he could
election
be
year.
Elected.
Yeah, it's election year.
Right, exactly.
Which is
just nice, you know, free, fair American elections. You know,
Thunderbolt Ross has enough, you know, political savvy.
Right, there's a system in place to put new politicians.
Yes, he's gonna be the red-blooded human to be in charge of this. So I think that's why. Because he's a Red Hulk.
You know what? If we don't get Red Hulk in New World Order or Brave New World, and the start of Red She-Hulk, I will be sorely disappointed. Do you hear me, Feige? Do you hear me, Vin?
Do you hear us?
I think
Kevin. That is
I think I think his thing should be called Hulk White and Blue instead of Red, White, and Blue.
Ooh.
He's running on the Hulk platform.
Right? It's like, look, I will make our problems go away.
If words don't do it,
Can
Thunderbolt smash.
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. So, but I think, you have you're getting freaking Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross. And you're bringing back Liv Tyler as Betty. You got, it's right there, everybody. Are we ever going to get this again? No, we're not.
No.
We need to, strike while the iron is hot. We've already lost one Thunderbolt Ross. Let's not lose another one.
Right,
We get Red Hulk.
Exactly. I personally think he's Thunderbolt Ross, right? So it should be Thunderbolt Smite. Just saying.
There you go. I think Thunderbolt was like his military name or something. I'm not as on the Ross family. I'm not as well versed. I don't know. I think Graveyard's more Marvel-y than I am sometimes.
I love DC. All hail DC.
But yeah, it was like his. I don't know if he was a pilot. I can't remember if he was a pilot or what he was in this way, but it was like his military nickname, and that's why they call him Thunderbolt. It's like Boom Boom. Somebody, some guys called Boom Boom because he likes explosives. I don't know. Or mutant who throws light bombs at you. I don't know. But yeah, so that I just think that is something that we should see. And they're trying to cover up Harrison Ford was in pants that were all like shredded. And Anthony Mackie's like, oh yeah, well, he lost his luggage, and I let him borrow some pants. Those are great, kind of thing. And he didn't give them back, kind of thing. And I was like, Anthony Mackie, you are not as good at this as you think you are. This is as flimsy as the Iron Man thing that Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to read.
All right, should we give it more? Yeah, let's get into predictions then.
Well, so I did predict Rhodey for this week, and I got it. So I got 10,000 points. So did Mezzo, and she got 10,000 points. Mezzo may come back and win this whole thing. I'm telling you. So Phil told me he picked Rhodey, and I forgot to put it down. So he also gets it. So that's my bad. I apologize. I have to update that. James also went on the President Ritson train with you guys.
And me.
Join the Ritson train. Yeah.
You also, so you all lost 100 points, which is different than losing 100 pounds. But
very. That'd be nice.
Not nearly as satisfying.
No.
And not advisable overnight.
No. Definitely
not. Get bloody.
All right. What about James? You only get to pick one per week, there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I also picked Rhodey. James, you never once said Rhodey. Rhodey did not come out of your mouth at all.
In fairness, he had 8 picks. So.
Right.
All right. So should we get into predictions for the penultimate episode?
Yes, I love the penultimate. It's the ultimate episode, but there's still one episode left. It's like that. It's
right.
This is gonna be where it all happens, and then they're gonna. I actually think that this, because they've been so weird about this episode, or not episode, but the series, where it's not as your traditional TV series.
Yes.
And so I don't know if they're actually if we're going to get a big showdown in this one, or if they're going to wait until the last one. So I think
Hey,
Gaia.
Chris.
Hi,
How's it going?
Hey.
I think Gaia is going to come back with some retribution. I really believe that she's going to blame Fury for Talos' death. And I think that's going to... Because I think Talos is dead. He's dead. I don't think there's coming back for him. I don't think she slipped him some, extremist stuff, got him into the Skrull compound to become a superhero. Right. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Talos is the guy. I think he's the one that's going to stay dead. I think we're going to see Maria, and I think we're going to see Gaia. Now, are we going to see Maria in this episode, or are we going to see her in episode 6? I think they're going to wait until episode 6.
I agree.
I think she might have been getting the Avengers. I think that might be what she's doing, is trying to get them all together.
In the Skrull Ultimate episode.
The Skrull Ultimate
episode.
The Skrull episode. So do you have predictions for anyone that will be revealed as a Skrull for this week?
I'm gonna go with Tall Guy Secret Agent.
Okay.
I just feel like it. Although he broke his arm, but I think that's a red herring. I want him to be a Skrull.
green herring.
He needs to be a Skrull. He is too tall to be a Secret Service person.
He is too tall.
Shdu, what about you? What's your prediction?
Man, I don't even. I mean, like, my kind of big surprise one has always been John Walker. Just
Johnny Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Johnny
Mayonnaise. Simply because I know in the original comic, I believe actual Captain America was. We don't have him anymore. I think it would make more sense for John Walker to have been replaced. Though I don't know at this point. So I guess I'm going to throw John Walker out there. He's going to show up randomly, or Val's going to show up, and they're both going to show up, and John's going to be a Skrull.
Sweet.
I like it.
I like
it. I'm still, like I said, I'm sticking on that Ritson thing. I think if we're going to say Rhodey and we get 10,000 points for him being a Skrull for 3 weeks, then I say Ritson is going to be a Skrull at some point. Therefore, I can get my 10,000 points.
I see what you're doing. I see.
So I still adhere to my overall thing is that we expect so much from Marvel. They're not going to give it to us, and it'll be no one for an extended period of time. Hands down. They're not going to do that bombshell in a TV show. Let's face it.
The Rhodey thing, although everybody, like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, this is going to be he's the only hero in it, so he's got to be a Skrull. And I mean, yeah, I get it. I think the way that they did it was interesting. Like having the conversation and then him figuring it out during the conversation and not saying anything and accepting it, and then coming back and being like, oh, the only thing, you can keep me from saying anything if you give me my job back. So, and I'm like, if this Skrull doesn't know that he's messing with them, that they're in the find out portion of messing with Nick Fury,
right.
then she don't need to be Rhodey.
Yeah.
So.
All right, and for everyone in the chat live with us right now and watching this in the future, make sure to join our Discord where Frey is keeping updates for everyone's predictions. Make sure you put your stuff there as well, and we'll have discretionary points, which she'll be discussing as this game reaches its final 2 episodes. And then we'll have a wrap-up episode on Saturday Morning Nerd Out to discuss everything and prepare for our next game that will be coming with Ahsoka. But speaking of Ahsoka, right? We got another
Miss
trailer.
Tano, if you're nasty.
Woo!
Yeah. So let's start with you. Should do. What was your thoughts on the trailer? How did that make you more excited for the show?
Okay. I wasn't really. I mean, I was looking forward to it, but I wasn't really sold on okay, whatever. And then we've been going through Rebels and all of this, and this trailer came out, and I'm like, I am really excited for this. This is going to be incredible. yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. All the Rebels callbacks, and it really just feels like another season of that, along with all the Sabine stuff and this, wondering about the whole backstory with, they, trained with Ahsoka. How did that work? What happened? Is she force sensitive? What's the deal here? Are we going to see the Darksaber at some point? That was hers at some point, and is she going to go get it from Bo? Are we going to see people from the Mandalorian? It's all these different things. Who are these two Sith, non-Sith people, Dark Jedi? What are their deals? Are they like
They're just
acolytes of
hanging
the
out.
Beyond or something? Right.
They're just hanging.
Yeah, they're just hanging. Are they like acolytes of the Beyond? I know there's a theory that what's his name? Ray Stevenson's character is actually
His name's
Balin.
Yeah.
Balin Greyjoy. No. Balin is like a clone of Luke, which no. But also
interesting.
I mean, that's from Heir to the Empire, obviously. That's from the
Yes.
actual original Thrawn trilogy, or Luke or whatever.
Yes.
So I'm really curious to see where they go with it and what we have as our Sith. And there's an Inquisitor still around. Like, what happened with him?
Yeah.
Then that brings up the whole wall. I mean, obviously, I know the whole real life thing, but why didn't we see any Inquisitors during the original trilogy? What happened there? Where did the Inquisitors go? Is this the last one? Did they all become acolytes of Palpatine? So it's a lot of questions that I'm really, really curious about. And it also just looks really cool and really awesome. And it looks very cinematic. Like, a lot of the series don't look like movies. Like Obi-Wan, it kind of suffered from, okay, we have a volume here. We have this big, kind of stage and video game graphics and whatever. And it just didn't really look real, if you know what I mean. But with this, it's really impressive that it does look real. I don't know if they used the volume. I think they may only use it a little bit in this, but it really looks cinematic. It looks like, hey, we were on location, we went out, we filmed this. This is, it looks like, oh, we're on a different planet, oh, we're on this or whatever. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Right. That's awesome. And, I agree with a lot of that stuff. Excited to see where this goes, and I'm excited to see what kind of game that Frey makes for this series for our next game. But Frey, let's hear your thoughts.
I'm the game master.
Let's hear your thoughts on the new trailer.
I'm actually a distant relative of the Quizmaster. Anyway,
along with the Keymaster.
Rest in peace, Quizmaster. All right. A lot of the stuff that Shdu said, I agree with. I mean, I think that I feel like it's more Andor and less Mandalorian. Yeah, I think that it's going to be more Ahsoka's journey. So I have a feeling it's going to touch all three of the big Star Wars series. Not touch them, but like it'll have aspects of each one. It'll have some like Kenobi stuff where she's going on a journey and she's discovering something. Like she's looking for Thrawn, and she has to really basically confront her past. She confronted Vader on Rebels because we've watched that part, and so we know that she's still struggling with the whole Anakin thing. So, and there's rumors that he's going to show up in the series. How, we don't know. Like, it's going to be another flashback like they did in Obi-Wan Kenobi, or if they're going to do some sort of Force Ghost thing like they did with Liam Neeson in Obi-Wan. But I see those parts being the Obi-Wan Kenobi influence. And then I do think that we will get a couple of Mandalorian appearances. I don't know if it'll be Din Djarin. I don't know if it'll just be random Mandalorians. I'm hoping we get to see Rex. I think, didn't Tamora Morrison say that he was going to be in Ahsoka? He said something like he's going to be in Ahsoka, but he didn't say who he was going to be playing. So we don't know if he's going to be playing Rex or if he's going to be playing random, clone.
Right.
Random clone number 13.
Where's your red shirt, random clone? So, so I don't, I really, there's a lot of variables that this can have, but I do think it may be more cinematic like Andor, because I think that they realized that although Andor wasn't like a runaway hit, that it's gotten so much critical acclaim and people are starting to watch it now.
Yeah.
That they understand that having some things built up and living in the space can actually help. So
yeah.
I think that it's going to be good. I cannot wait to see Rosario Dawson actually get in and fight some lightsaber wielders, whether they're fallen Jedi, whether they're baby Sith, I mean, whatever they are. I think that's cool. Ray Stevenson's character, because they are trying to follow the Heir of the Empire storyline, it seems like a little bit loosely. They're loosely following it.
Very, very loosely. Yeah. Because so much has changed, but
yeah. So he may be a clone. Maybe he's a clone of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Clone-Obi?
Yeah. Or maybe he's a clone of something else, like of another impressive Jedi. What if he's a clone of like a old Republic or High Republic Jedi?
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku?
Yeah, he's a General Grievous clone.
Max Rebo.
Max Rebo.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, he is I'm pretty sure he's Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis. Yeah.
Darth Plagueis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say the name. I know what it looks like, but yeah. Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe that's who Max Rebo is really.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's what he just keeps putting his essence in different musicians because that's what he really wanted to do.
Yeah.
He didn't want
to
be
a Sith. Have you ever heard the tragedy of me?
There you go. Yeah, so that's what I think. What do you think,
Graveyard? So I, regardless of how many Star Wars tattoos I have on my leg with lightsabers and Star, I have not seen Rebels.
Oh,
I have not seen Clone Wars, the series.
You heathen. Get out of here. Get out of here.
How do you still have your nerd card?
I don't know. Because we discussed this before when in 2015, when Disney goes, the EU is dead, I said, you're dead to me, Star Wars, pretty much that point in time. Because I really wanted, you call me butthurt about the sequel trilogy. I talked on Distance Learning that the sequel trilogy is the way to become a Sith, because fear created the Force Awakens, playing it very, very safe. Anger was from The Last Jedi. Hate was for Solo, and we all suffered through Rise of Skywalker.
Oh wow,
man.
No, I'm excited for it.
He's got opinions about.
Eek. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Ahsoka is a really good step in the right direction. However, with the amalgamation movie that is coming out by Filoni, as much as we love these characters, we still need to move past them. These are still now becoming really legacy characters in the overarching Star Wars universe that still have major ties to a time period that's set between 6 and 7. So I mean, Ahsoka is what? She's about 60, 65 in this show based on everything. I don't know. I don't know how long her species lives. Obviously, only humans have like the human lifespan in the show or in the universe. But I'm excited to see what happens with this. Will I have to go back and watch Rebels when I have time? Yes, I'm absolutely going to do that. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts on this announcement.
Definitely season 3 and 4 of Rebels if you just want to get caught up. But really it's 4 seasons. So and if you don't have to wait on others to binge it,
no, I don't,
then you should be able to get through it pretty quick. I have to wait for others.
Yeah. So here's
to watch all of them.
So I want just you guys get your thoughts. Quick thing before we move on to the next piece of. Do you think the Filoni movie with the amalgamation will be the end of that time period in the Star Wars universe? Shdu?
I think it'll be the end of the live action stuff there. I definitely think they're going to continue it in comics and probably a book or something too. Yeah, I think it'll be kind of the end of the live action stuff, at least for the characters we've seen. There may be other things that they do. They may do something with, hey, here's another Boba Fett thing, or here's another whatever. But like for Din and Ahsoka and all of these other, and Grogu and all of them, I think it'll kind of be the end with that movie. I think a lot of them may not even survive that movie, to be honest.
Because they're not there in the sequel trilogy.
Right. So clearly they have to be somewhere or dead. So,
right.
They all go into the world between worlds and all, go back to the Old Republic or something.
Or they just go, hey, we're going to the unknown regions and we're exploring what's out there.
Right. They're going to pull a every Elder Scrolls package. Well, we're going off to Akira, whatever. It's the same kind of thing.
They're pulling the Arya Stark.
Right.
I'm just going to still west and see.
I'm going to go to the west. We're going to see. Right.
Right.
I'm going to go find, I'm going to go find the land of the Bala. Right.
Yes.
By the way, Togruta apparently in the old EU could live up to 94 years.
Okay.
We don't know in canon. So I looked it up just because I'm curious. All right.
Yeah. So Frey, what do you think about the movie? Do you think that'll be the end of a lot of these characters?
I think of the characters they've set up, I think this movie will be the culmination of all of those stories that they've told. I don't think that they're finished with that time frame. Because that time frame seems to be the thing that upsets people the least.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like you've got your older Star Wars, original Star Wars nerds. I am one of them. And then you've got your prequel trilogy nerds that first came in during that.
And it's okay to be wrong.
Yes, it is. It is okay to be wrong.
Look, they can't help when they were born.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then you've got your post, like your sequel trilogy. And
it's also okay to be wrong. Once again, it is very okay to be wrong, but
there are two pathways. So I'm going to ancient one this. There's several pathways that this could go through. But I don't think they're done with characters. As long as you have a rich universe, and that time frame seems to have the richest universe, like the most thought out, fleshed out, that you can always bring in characters. And there are so many species that haven't been even touched on yet. And there are so many other stories that you can tell from, like, really minor characters that are already in certain shows that would actually be like
Rogue Squadron.
Like Captain Tava, is that it? The guy that I would love to see a show about what he does and how he gets into weird and wacky scrapes, because he does. He does.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think that they could live in that time frame of Star Wars for a long time. Star Wars is one of those really interesting franchises that the fandom really wants you to jump around in time. Most IPs, most franchises are linear. Like, you go from the beginning to the end.
Right.
In this one, you can jump around. So I just don't see them leaving that, because that was where everyone first really met Star Wars. And I think that's always going to be it. It's that farm down home versus the big city. I mean, that's real, it's this little boy who, it's Superman, y'all. Boy on a farm gets thrust into the big world and has to save the universe over and over again.
That's the hero's journey.
Yeah, that's a hero's journey. So, and but the most iconic one of that right now is Superman. He's
Mhm.
farm boy in Smallville and goes to the big city and then finally comes out as Superman, which more power to him. But yeah, so I think that it can go either way. I think we're gonna find out. We're gonna get a culmination
Mhm.
of Ahsoka, of Din and Baby Yoda, Bo-Katan. I think we'll get some sort of conclusion to that whole thing. So we're gonna see all of this, and then I don't know if Skeleton Crew is gonna be in it or not. I don't think they are. I don't think they're
I
part
don't
of
think
that. They
so.
might be. If they are, it's really peripherally. I want to know what happens with the little space whales.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, the poor girl.
Yeah, I think that I do want to know what is Thrawn. Why is Thrawn still a big bad guy?
What is Thrawn? How is Thrawn?
Where
What is Thrawn? Oh.
Why is
Yes, it's Chiss.
Right.
It's
Chiss.
It's just Chiss. Hey, Chiss. But so there are a lot of things I want to see from the movie. I do think that a lot of the main characters will get a resolution in some form or another. We may not like what the resolution is, but they will get a resolution in some form or another.
Ooh.
And that was a long, drawn out thing for that. So.
I was about to say, thinking about Ahsoka and Thrawn and everything, especially if we are going to do the whole. I mean, this may be in the actual movie. Are we going to see the Grisk at some point? Are we going to see the canonical Yuzon Vong?
Right.
Because that'd be really cool.
Wow.
Yes.
That's. I mean, I don't think the Grisk are technically the Yuzon Vong, but the whole thing. But yeah, is Thrawn's whole thing going to come true? Is he going to say at some point, "Hey, the reason I sided with the Empire is because there's this, this weird existential threat out there in the unknown regions. We all need to figure this out.
Right.
I'm not the real bad guy.
Yeah,
they are.
I'm just drawn that way.
Well, I'm doing what I think is right because there's this big existential threat.
Yes, but we gotta move on here, and without further ado, though, we are joined by
one talk about this all day.
Captain.
Hey!
Hi, Captain.
So you guys will, if you want to not hear my attempt at singing, because I'm gonna do something for you guys.
Oh no!
Oh no!
For our next thing, take a look, and you'll see Hollywood has no imagination.
Wonka.
You'll see.
So Hollywood
has no imagination.
So all
look around, there it is.
There
a prequel for your discompensation.
So I just want
me. Really good. You will see.
Yes.
I promise.
Stand up,
not a cash grab.
Everything would follow.
Yeah. No.
All right. So I just want to give you guys.
I'm just trying to rip off of your amazing
So,
yes, your angelic voice.
Yes. So let's just, like I said, we got to get into the nerd out segment. So I just want to give you guys quick thoughts on the trailer action for Wonka. Let's start with you, Captain. Did you watch it?
I have seen the Willy Wonka trailer, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, which one are you trying to rip off here? I mean, it would have been amazing if it was Charlie. It was Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, which unbeknownst to everyone. So Willy Wonka, I don't know, maybe it's beknownst to everybody, but so Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is actually a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in the books. Because yes, there are books. Why not just do that? Just do the sequel. Why do we have to have Wonka? Why are we doing a prequel? We don't need to. Just do the sequel where they actually break through the space and then they're having problems with
the glass
coming
elevator.
back down.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't seem to write that one, which was amazing.
Just make it...
Don't care.
I don't know. I'm like, I guess they're kind of trying to do Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't really know. I don't know what they're doing with this.
Frey, what's your thoughts on the trailer?
Chocolate. No.
I'm shocked. Frey. Yes,
surprised.
hi Morgan. Sorry, my cat. If you see a little black floof going around like this, that's my cat.
Hi Morgan.
I swear it's not feather duster. It's just my cat. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
So I have to say this. Why are they trying to make me like Timothy Chalamet?
Trying
I make
me like
Timmy
what?
Chalamet a thing.
I love him in Dune. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll love him in this one franchise, right? I'm just gonna love him in that. Now, if he decides he wants to play Nightcrawler and be a mutant and be Nightcrawler, I'll be fine with that too. But then they make him as a young Wonka, which I have a feeling the reason they're doing that is because they want to make Wonka its own universe and create an IP, and so they're using Timothy Chalamet, who's really huge, to do that. I love his speech pattern because he's a little off, and I feel like that's who Timothy Chalamet is in person. So that's.
So you mean like Johnny? You mean a young Johnny Depp, basically?
Yeah, they just want a really committed, wacky, not afraid to make weird choices actor, and that's Timothy Chalamet. It was either Timothy Chalamet or Tom Holland, and they went with the.
That's a good point. Okay,
that's fair.
Because it all has to do with Zendaya. It's the Zendaya solution. 7% Zendaya solution.
Again,
but
don't blame them, but still.
No, I'm just kidding. But it was adorable. The movie was adorable. It was everything that I love about Wonka movies. It was weird, a little off, a little like, is this supposed to be a scary part or not? Like, it's got thing about it.
Oh, is it already out? I was under the impression that it was not out yet.
No, it's just a trailer. This is from the trailer.
Okay,
It's just Wonka itself. Like, when I think of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the things that those movies had in common were that you really weren't sure if Willy Wonka was gonna take a knife to you or give you a piece of candy. You didn't know.
I mean, it's kind
in
of both,
any
but
given
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
You go, like, for that split second, you're like, they're gonna lick wallpaper. And in this time frame, that this weird little, we don't know what time frame it is, could it be a toxic glue that's under the wallpaper? Could he be trying to kill them?
Right.
And then they lick it and they're like, oh my God, this is delicious. And then I'm like, well,
Look,
now I want to lick the wallpaper. Yeah, like, so it's that kind of thing. So it brought me back, like, to childhood when I first saw Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka, and then and so I was like, well, this is really cute.
Willy Wonka, you just know he has a lot of, like, he comes off to me as like, okay, really, is this guy a serial killer or is he?
Yes.
Or and Johnny Depp, you get the sense that there's all this thinking that's behind Gene Wilder's character.
Yes, and then and then with Johnny Depp, he took it up to 11 with that.
Yeah,
because you see him with the weird glasses and the weird smile, and you're like, this guy could kill me, skin me, and eat me, and no one would know. I mean, it's that. And Johnny Depp is like that in all of his characters now. I saw Mordecai, and I was like, is he going to go crazy and kill all these people at some point? Because it kind of looks like he's going to. And that was supposed to be a comedy. I'm just saying.
This man is probably a predator. Let's put that out there.
He's a smooth criminal.
Yeah.
Oh, he's absolutely Michael
like
Jackson.
chocolate.
He's absolutely Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah. I mean, Johnny Depp absolutely got his. I mean, honestly, like Johnny Depp says, like a lot of the ways that he acts, he did get from Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 100%. No. So I mean, I'm just like, and that's what I love about Wonka, because you're like, okay, this guy makes chocolate and kids love chocolate, so he could be actually luring them into his chocolate factory, and it's not really chocolate. He's actually putting humans in his chocolate. It's Soylent Green. So,
look, the ice cream truck is coming. Wait, hold on.
So, fun fact: so Gene Wilder, actually, in the making of Willy Wonka, he's the one who came out with the "if I walk out with the cane and then I do a somersault at the end," that will set it right off there that Willy Wonka's kind of a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so you actually do not know what he's doing. Like his,
Yeah, no, that was
you
in
do
his
not
contract.
understand who he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said if
Yeah.
I can't do the somersault, I don't want to do the movie. I mean, and that's so you gotta like that. And he didn't want a prequel to ever be done and stuff. So there's some stuff. So I got a lot of mixed feelings, but I
Mixed
do
feelings.
think that it's gonna be very reminiscent, and I think Timothy Chalamet is such a good actor. Oh gosh, I think I have a little heartburn now.
Oh,
He's such a good actor
right.
that he could pull it off. That he can combine both of them and mix in himself and make it a younger version. Because when he's like, "You're gonna be," he's telling this girl in the trailer, "You're gonna, oh no, you're gonna be safe now, I promise." And I'm like, don't take him from his word.
don't you dare
Don't
trust
taste
this man.
anything in
He
those bottles.
Yeah, it reminds me in the way that like he looks, like the way they put him up. It looks so much like a younger Johnny Depp
Yeah.
version. That's what it looks like. And then you see like the whole chocolate mansion that, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is based more off the Tim Burton than than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Mhm.
No, sorry, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Than Gene Wilder's version. So that's what it looks like to me.
All right, Shdu, what's your thoughts?
Yes.
First thought, we get to see and hear and experience Timothy Chalamet singing. And I'm here for it. Second thing, we didn't need a sequel. Why is this happening?
Yeah. I want the sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Or I want Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Not a prequel. Yeah. We don't need a prequel. No one was asking, hey, what happened before all of this? What happened? How was Wonka born? Where did he get the chocolate from? Did he go to a strange island, out in the middle of the Pacific and find a magical little cocoa bean or whatever? No one was asking that. Everyone was asking, oh look, they went up here. What happened after that? There's a whole adventure. It's like a Jules Verne thing going on. Like, come on! Right? There's obvious material here. Here's the obvious.
I mean, there's a whole other book of material, guys.
Right, there's a whole other book. There's crap to base this on. You have material. What are you doing?
I don't know.
I think that it was just, it's been magical now that Captain Lady Moon and Shendu have finally connected.
we've connected over our hatred of prequels, apparently. Yeah.
I mean, can they just stop making? I know you guys all love like the new Dune, but can we just stop making those and just make sequels? Can we please have God Messiah?
Let's just make sequels. You can make
Messiah or God Emperor of Dune, please.
Yes, please? I need Dune Messiah. I need God Emperor. I need all of them.
Card House does not need to be made.
I just really believe that this version of Dune is much better than David Lynch one. Although I love the David Lynch one, and I will always love that one.
I'm thinking we should probably move to Dune if we're going to at this point, because I think we're getting into it now.
Yes.
Hey!
I know, but which Dragonlance, Christian? Which Dragonlance?
So,
which one? There's so many.
All right, so here's my thoughts. I discussed this with the wife, and you really saw it from this trailer. And there is a big theory out there that Fred Weasley is Willy Wonka. Because a lot of the shop, because the practical jokes that are essentially in his candy is very reminiscent of the candies that Fred and George Weasley made in the Harry Potter universe. Now, people would say that the time frame doesn't match up, but if you look at Diagon Alley, it looks like old Victorian England no matter what. And his shop looks very reminiscent of Diagon Alley. And especially when I saw that from the producers of Harry Potter, I go, holy crap, it's Harry Potter, but with Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka. And I'd love to see the theory that Fred, because obviously not George, is Willy Wonka. Do I think it's necessary? Do I think we need lore background to Willy Wonka? Not at all. I think the mystery, the intrigue of his past, what makes him so charismatic, so just out there will get ruined by exposing why he is the way he is. That he's more of a character without knowing his background. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't think we need a tragic backstory for Willy Wonka.
His dad was Christopher Lee and was a dentist. Yeah, we already got that story.
Yeah, we got
Right.
that. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, we already got
I
the prequel.
loved that part of the
Charlie
movie.
was like, Daddy.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, as I said, it's Hollywood has run out of ideas and they keep redoing the same thing. And to everyone's point, the sequels exist. There is source material. Are they as popular? No. Can they be as popular if they do it right? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And this, my
have to read all
compatriots,
these
is
books
why
now.
the AI will take over.
Well,
Because
the AI
Hollywood's already run by them.
AI wouldn't do rehashings of the same story. They would actually do sequels.
Yeah,
You put prompts of the next
All right,
steps in
you know
the
what?
story.
I vote for it. I'm
So-
going to get canceled for
No.
this. The AI should take
No.
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 So many authors, like as some people were saying, we need a Dragonlance.
We
movie.
do need a
That'd be
Dragonlance
great.
movie. Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you.
That'd
Chris.
be great. I've read
Chris.
so
Thank you,
many
Chris.
of them, and they're done by so many authors. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see a Belgariad series. No one knows that book, but boy, would I love to see it. Hey, Polgara.
Hey!
I'll be your Polgara. I'll be your Pole. It's great. And Pole is the best. No, seriously though, like you want amazing, like new IP. The Belgariad series by David and Lee Eddings. It's one of the best fantasies I've ever read. It's probably up there for me with Lord of the Rings. But you've got a Gandalf who likes to drink and tell stories, basically.
While I write this down.
Garrett, dude. I mean, seriously, like Belgareth is just, he's amazing. He is such. I mean, like the magic system and everything else, and those stories are just fantastic, and the characters are amazing. You've got. Yeah, it's an amazing series, and
Sounds like you should do a nerd out segment on it.
Oh yeah, well, I could.
Right.
I could do a nerd out.
I'm here for
I
it.
have the books, so
Yeah.
and there's a million of them.
She has thoughts.
Mhm.
I have thoughts.
All right, but
Yeah.
we gotta get moving on here.
Go ahead, potatoes.
Potatoes, yeah. So
Potatoes.
we're gonna skip the gaming. We're watch anyone who is interested. The Greyhill Incident trailer is in the description below. Let us know if that's what you want us to play at some point in time, whether it's Thursday live or something else, because I have it. I want to play it, and it's aliens in a horror setting. So
Yeah,
supposedly
I'm
it's a
not
really bad
horror
game.
game person, but the trailer was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
So,
like right now.
Yeah.
I want to throw out my quick spoiler-filled review. So if you haven't watched The Red Door, Miss Captain, you may want to.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Where my overlay is not there. So, but that's weird. So it is going to be the Insidious Red Door spoiler-filled thing. Anyone who has seen any of the Insidious knows that they are PG-13, and I have big issues with PG-13 horror movies as a whole. And
Fair.
This one is so blatant cash grab and so disjointed as a story. It's nice that Patrick Wilson came back as Josh Lambert, that Ty Simpkins came back as Dalton. Dalton, yeah. And it's a good final chapter for the Lambert's story, that they're kind of said, we're done with this, we're going to expand on the universe. But it's so very generic, and there's so many threads that are left open that it seems like is very cut down to a point where a studio got very heavily involved with it, and they just decided to do a blatant cash grab. That being said, it's not as what we call on our podcast, cats being killed on a string quartet jump scare music, because the entire first couple movies were just that. They're like, hey, instead of smashing on the piano, let's just throw wet cats against a violin and have screeching to build the tension for a jump scare that doesn't happen.
Ah.
So
Oh, they they made this movie for me to psych me out.
Yes. So this one doesn't have it. However, there are jump scares, and not that I say we have to have, gruesome, horrific deaths in horror movies for them to be horror movies. When you have a horror movie and not a single person dies,
That's not a horror movie.
that's not a horror movie. It's really, really not. So, are there jump scares? Yes. Do they rely only on jump scares? Yes. There is ways to build up atmosphere and tension without jump scares. And you've heard me say this before, and I'll say it again. Jump scares do not make it a horror movie.
Oh.
Atmosphere and the sense of dread do. Not jump scares. Just to throw in jump scare people, that is like saying I'm going to make a 10 million Scoville hot sauce because I can, but it has no flavor.
Right, like no one is going to enjoy that. That's the problem.
No.
It is stupid hot. It's stupid scary. That's the whole thing.
And shameless plug, the podcast episode will be released next week Wednesday. If you want to hear full on rating and stuff like that.
What podcast is that? Is that the podcast behind you?
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, it's if you enjoyed the Insidious franchise, you will enjoy this movie. But just be wary. It's very two stories, and it's not the original writers. And I felt they did really discredit to the original people that were there. That you have Lynn Shay, who's an amazing actress, has a 1-minute scene. Tucker and Specs from them have a really short Ghost Facers moment on YouTube.
Ghost Facers.
Very, 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 very short. And Carl, who was a big part of the second one, says hi, and then he's gone forever. It's such a disservice to what made that cast the cast. Honestly.
Is it like the most recent Scream movie where they tried to cameo people and then it just didn't work out very well?
Well, it's like, hey, we have, obviously, spoiler alert for a 13-year-old movie, Lynn Shay dies in the first Insidious, but she's still in the next 4. She's a ghost.
Okay, so this is like the I see dead people thing. Okay,
yeah,
I haven't seen any of them, so I have no idea.
But no, I mean, when you have people that are I consider ghost facers, they have ghost facers, and they have definitive proof of an afterlife, and they're stuck to be a cameo on some schlocky YouTube.
Right, it's like you should be on the news everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's not. They just go, hey, we're just like, how Ghost Facers was a parody on Ghost Hunters and stuff like that. But this is just like such a discredit to them. It's like, hey, you guys were a big part of this. You created these things. Here's your YouTube thing. Like, finding Bigfoot at 10. Like, they have so much proof of in this franchise to be delegated down to only that is a shame.
Right. I mean, though. Okay. Let's just think about this for a second. If we had ghost hunters actually, let's say Ryan and Shane actually find definitive proof.
First of all, Ryan would die.
Well,
he would literally just die.
Ryan is dead. So just Shane Madej finds definitive proof of all of this. Do you not think that maybe it'd be like, okay, cool, look, there's an afterlife, great, that's what everybody thought, and then it'd just be, oh, okay, well, now they have a new show. I really feel like that's kind of realistic, though, is the problem. It would totally be, this is going to be, news for like a week, and then that's it. Like, same thing,
it's like the aliens thing with UFOs and aliens,
Right. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Same thing. If we get definitive proof, we get a signal, if we get another wow signal or whatever, we get, definitive proof. Oh, look, there are aliens. Aliens exist. It's gonna be news for a week. Everybody's gonna forget about it. So I think it's very realistic. Yes, you can come back.
We're done discussing the movie. So, but yeah, that's my spoiler-filled review. Like I said, I'll have obviously shameless plug, bigger part of this on the podcast. If you want to watch the movie,
there goes my feather duster.
They mostly
plug.
pod out at
Yes.
night. Mostly.
So make sure
Yes.
before you listen to that episode to watch the Red Door, because we will spoil even more and go into the full details of it.
My question is
I'm
there
excited.
an
I can't wait to
actual
watch this
red
movie.
door in the movie, like physical red door, not supernatural red door, but is there a physical red door in the movie?
Yes,
Good. Then at least it,
there's one in every
Oh,
one.
is it?
So
I was
Is
hoping.
it like
Oh,
the
okay.
physical? Is it like the red door in Picard?
having never
you know
seen it, yes.
My Star Trek in you somehow.
I was hoping that it would be like a blue door just to like screw everything up. Just it'd be like, no, we don't have a red. We got a blue door this time.
Next stage in the Matrix. Go through the red door.
Right.
Red door.
Go through the
No
blue
more
door.
pills.
All right, but
Yep.
let's get into the last meat of our episode for today, as we
All
are
right.
calling it the Shdu Shenanigans.
Oh, behind the green door.
Shdu.
Oh, it's become the yellow submarine.
Yeah.
Really, the rainbow submarine. Anyways, go ahead, Shdu.
All right. So, we kind of already partly got into this. I'm talking about D&D.
Oh wow! Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all
Um,
like D&D.
we do.
Good. Because you're
I
going to need to after this. So, kind of most of what I want to talk about was the movie, since I saw it recently.
Mhm.
I loved it. So I feel like maybe there were, a few issues. It wasn't exactly like the most groundbreaking, they've done something, insane, and this is, Lord of the Rings or whatever. No. It was very simple, very like, this is fantasy. It's all, found family and whatnot. But I really liked it. It really felt to me like an actual, like if you could like film into somebody's brain as they're going through a D&D campaign, I think that's what it would be. Seriously,
That's funny.
it felt like an actual D&D campaign that somebody was playing somewhere. It was really good. I think I felt like the references were aplenty, but I really didn't feel like they were shoehorned in. Like it made sense kind of to have all of the references there, because that's just kind of in the world there. It's like, oh, yep, that's normal. That just happens. Oh, look, there's axe beaks. Somebody's hurting axe beaks over there. Great, that's normal. That happens. I think the Red Wizards are incredible villains. They're
They would.
so terrifying that it's really
I have played with the Red Wizard, who is very
Ooh.
villainous.
nice. And I will admit, and you can take away my node card. I am not very familiar with the Forgotten Realms in terms of a setting. I usually go,
Nerd
I know.
card taken away.
I usually go homebrew, just because I have friends who are more into let's go make our own thing, and I'm more into that because I'm a
Pathfinder.
big world builder. No, I have not actually played Pathfinder. I've been interested in it, especially after all the, OGL shit. We're not going to talk about that. Anyway.
Okay.
We will talk about Pathfinder. No. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, so, but I also really feel like this movie is kind of a really good introduction too, because it's accessible. It's not like only if you're a really big nerd into Forgotten Realms and D&D and all this stuff that you'll understand this. No, it's just a good movie in general that's like, oh, this is what D&D is like, just like Stranger Things was for people to kind of get into D&D. And the big fun of Dungeons and Dragons in general is you're able to tell stories in a much more accessible way, because you're able to find this group of people. You're able to kind of just improv everything. You don't have to be a good writer. You don't have to be a good a movie producer. You don't have to have a camera. You just have to have some imagination and a group of friends, which is the hardest part. But so I think it really nailed how well D&D is a vessel for telling stories like this.
I mean, I felt that was that way that with the first movie. I love the first movie, the first D&D movie. I absolutely adore it. I think it's hilarious and it's fun. And honestly, like I have been waiting to see Honor Among Thieves with the friend that I actually went and saw D&D with. That's like that was our thing. And like we still giggle over that movie. It's still great. She's not a D&D player. We just both like stupidly love that movie. Like that's our main guilty pleasure. We're like, I don't care what it says. We love this movie. Oh, it's so bad, but God, I love it. It's so good.
That's
So,
like
yeah.
me with Xanadu. Me and Husky love Xanadu.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is our movie. This is it. How many Skrulls are in this D&D campaign? They're all Skrulls, James.
they're all Skrulls.
Everyone's a
all
Skrull.
of them. All of them are
You're
Skrulls.
a Skrull, James.
All of them have cast polymorph on themselves.
Yes, there you go.
Wait, they're not all wizards. They can't all be wizards.
Well, I mean, I think the majority of people in D&D have some sort of magic. It's hard to help that, really. You know.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I want a Jim and the
high
Holograms
fantasy.
D&D campaign. Can we do that? Jim and the Holograms D&D.
I want to do Jim and the Holograms D&D. I would play that game
with She-Ra as like the special guest.
Heck yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Let's do it.
But yeah, just kind of finishing up with my thoughts here. I do wish.
Sorry,
No, you're good. Please. I feel like they really nailed kind of the whole sword and sorcery feel of it. Definitely got that down. Again, the party felt very real, but also kind of grounded, which I think is good. It did just feel like people playing characters rather than. Yes, you're right.
Again, great movie. I gotta watch it.
But
that was a different husband, James.
But I also really feel like they were very grounded. They really felt like, not in a bad way, they felt like they were playing characters instead of actually being characters, which was kind of nice. And it kind of did feel like, oh, here's my backstory. All right, I'm going to tell you, here's my backstory. All right, DM, here's my backstory. I'm going to do the whole thing. And I'm going to just stumble through this. Oh, you've already said. Oh, okay. I'll say, just keep on. It was great. The only thing I really wish that I think the third act was a little weak in terms of like, oh, we have this, villain. Okay, suddenly it's, Red Wizard, Sustam, all these people, let's just wrap all this up. And they're in an arena. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, there's, Blink Dogs are there. Yeah, that was just, I think it went a little bit too fast there. And you just introduced too much at the very end. But my other thing was also, I don't want to end on a bad note either, so I won't. But I wish that we got more, like, I don't know what they're calling them now in D&D 1. I don't want to bring that up either. But that's a whole other can of worms. Yeah. I wanted more diversity in terms of races, essentially, because we kind of got mostly humans, a half elf, and
Dragonborn.
And she's not a Dragonborn. She is not a
Dragonborn. Oh, the guy that was thrown out the window that Chris Pine rode is a Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Jonathan, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Jonathan. It was Jonathan.
Jonathan.
No, he was an Aarakocra, but I think we needed a Dragonborn. We needed an Aarakocra. We need like a Tabaxi or something. The little thing with Tabaxi, it was adorable. Like we needed a Tabaxi. Like, come on. And it's like she wasn't a tiefling. She, like, I could have sworn I saw the trailers. I was like, she's a satyr, right? Like she's, she looks like a satyr. No, she's a tiefling? Really?
They put like horns on her and went, what has horns? Tiefling.
Right. It's like you could have, the only way of distinguishing her from a satyr is she has a tail. It's like, it's like, come on, at least like she's blue. Oh, she's purple. Then I'd believe she's a tiefling. So,
tieflings can also be red.
Yeah, no, tieflings can also be red and
different color, but they usually generally so that they can meld with general populations, they will have like a thing that makes it so they look human.
Right, but she could have at some point like lost that if she had it.
Yes, that was actually a story in our campaigns that she.
Yeah, that you lost it
The
and you're like,
character
oh
basically
god,
made
she's a
her,
tiefling.
her partner accidentally, like she got sort of partners and like got taken, so as a way to like, making up to her, she went and got it back. So that was
So
my
this
character.
is like a Melisandre thing. You get a glamour, and then you take it
Yeah,
off.
it's a
Little thing
glamour.
and
Find
then-
out that, like,
Oh,
that
that's kinda
she's
cool.
Your partner's
Yeah.
actually tiefling. Yeah, that happened.
Captain, I think we need to play at a campaign together at some point. Because this sounds great.
Well,
So,
I
yeah.
mean,
Here's
I
my
am
formal
doing a
offer.
new order. There will be eventually on the show. There are on this series or the series of shows for KCP. There is a campaign that I've written, not campaign I've written. It's a book I've written called The New Order, and it will be premiered on this show.
Cool.
So you can always be a part of that.
Oh, thank you. I'm on it. That's basically all I wanted to say. Last thing is I felt the wheel game can be very diverse. I appreciated that the whole thing wasn't, we're all fighting, because people can get into D&D and be like, okay, well, all of these abilities are for combat. Let's have a bunch of combat. Let's have all this, It's more than that. It's mostly improv, it's mostly acting, it's mostly role play. So I appreciated that most of it was role play and social interaction and character stuff that really built these people up. It was really nice to see, and it captured the core of what I think D&D should be. It's not just we're fighting monsters. I mean, it can be, but it's also telling complex stories that you wouldn't be able to tell in any other medium. So anyway, go play D&D. It's really fun. It's
D&D
really
is
tough
fun.
to get into, but it's really fun once you do. So
One thing I did want to add is that I really liked how Chris Pine's character was a bard.
oh yeah,
But they
yeah.
never once said he was a bard.
Nope.
He was always like just something like,
It's like
what was it?
you
was
knew
like
he was a bard.
a harper or something. And
Right,
but
he
then,
was a
like,
harper.
He's a bard. Yeah,
Right.
and I, when I think of bards, all I think of is like horny F boys. That's really it.
I mean,
so seeing Chris Pine, who has played a lot of horny F boys.
so me? So
I have words about this fray.
Yeah, so, but you could be F girls too. I'm not saying that it's not.
No,
hey,
that wasn't what I
opportunity.
was gonna say. I mean,
But-
as a bard.
Yeah.
Myself.
No, I know, but that's the stereotype of a
Right,
bard,
that's
is
like
that
that.
all they do is play music and try to get in everybody's pants. That's really what, like,
I mean,
when
you're
people
not
say
wrong.
I played a bard,
you're not
and
wrong.
yeah, you're like, oh, so how many people do you sleep with in the campaign? Like,
so
I mean,
they're
that's
rock
it. Like,
stars, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
I
played
mean,
a
that's
character,
basically what they are.
So my bard EO, literally, that's like how he would profile people, is how they would react to him hitting on them.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Hello, they're precious. Oh, she's just adorable."
Oh my god.
Wow.
And like Howard.
You
So,
know.
so your bard
Yeah,
was like
He would
John
just come on to
Barrowman's
people, and people would be
character
like,
on Doctor Who. That was,
I don't know
like
how to
close
deal with
everybody.
this. And he'd be like, oh, that's okay. So now I know what kind of person you are. Fantastic.
Yeah. So,
It's just like that's EO. That's just EO. So
But yeah, so that was what I loved,
Fantastic.
that Chris Pine was a 3-dimensional character, and they didn't just
Oh, yeah.
go on the stereotypes. Everybody was
Right.
3 dimensions. So that's anyway, I'm done, because I feel like
to end
Matt's
this
gonna
segment,
die
I saw this
here.
thing
second.
about how like different D&D characters take on different things. And like how bards fight, the guy like basically jumped head first with his like,
Oh, I know
groin
exactly what you're
area,
talking
like,
about.
right into the pillow thing with
Oh
using
yeah,
it as a fighting thing.
that's
And
that's
then-
One Shot
and then-
Wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw it this morning on like
Oh, yeah.
Facebook
Oh, they're
Shorts, and it
awesome.
was hilarious. The guy, and then the paladin, I shall smite thee. Ah!
Right. It's great. It's great.
Oh,
yeah.
and sitting in the chair. Just thought it was hilarious.
All right. Well, I
think with
think
the I was being PC. What,
he was talking to me
James?
because I said F boy.
Think of the children.
yeah.
And just getting in everybody's pants. And then I said it again.
I'm 20. Come on, James.
I mean, apparently we must think of the children.
Think
Won't
of
somebody think of the children?
Oh.
All right. So
think of
I
children all the
think
time.
this
Wait,
is
never
a
mind,
good
that's not
place
a good
to end it. We're over time, but let's get
We
into
are.
our pluggables. And why don't we start with you there, Captain?
Well, hello there. I'm Ms. EO, also known as the Captain. I'd like to go and
Ooh.
start this segment with, well, just go and buy our stuff. We have a merch store. You can also go and find these lovely people there. We have a lot of beards in the chair. We also have music by yours truly, Captain, also known as EO. Okay, I can't keep doing this as EO. I'm sorry. I love it, but God, I can't keep doing it. Yeah, so I'm on Spotify. I'm on a lot of places. I'll be doing more music for these channels here. You'll hear more of them
Woo.
as we keep going. I'm working on a new album. Yay. And yeah, you can always find me here on these shows. I promise I'll try not to be late this time. Coming up for the next couple of ones. And yeah, you can find me on Wednesdays. You can find me on Thursdays live gaming. You can find me here on Saturdays, and also, as I said, we have the new order coming up. And no, I won't be on that. There'll be other characters. Don't worry. Yeah. Sorry. Apparently they're full force today. Yeah. So find me anywhere. Don't worry, I'll be in your dreams.
EO's
Back to you guys.
With me.
Okay.
Flirting with me.
Shdu.
Oi, I'm Shdu. Oh no. It's like
I'm gonna check the chat.
See, the problem is my favorite character that I've played also has a British accent, so I would just have to be doing a British accent the whole time, which is fine. I can do that. I am SHDU Studios on most places, including on YouTube, where I make short films and various nerdy content, as well as some D&D content I've been trying out recently. As well, I am Liam Cunningham on Instagram, if you would like to go follow me there, and that's really about it. I will probably be on more places, but, I am not exactly a big social media person.
Thank you very much, Shdu. Frey.
Children of the Corn. Wait, what? I just put that in the thread. All right. So my name's Frey. I am not going to rap. That did not go well last week. All right. So I am too melatonin deficient for that. I am everywhere that you want to be. No, I am on this show most Saturdays. I think I've missed a couple, but yeah, I love this show. I love it. I love talking to you guys about nerd stuff. So definitely love the show. Come and watch it every Saturday. I also do a Frey About Town, a Patreon exclusive. So if you want to see me talk about restaurants or where I am at a certain time or just weird stuff, I honestly just I do weird stuff. But Frey About Town is
I also cameo, so
yeah, he does cameo on that. But it's on our Patreon. It is you can be a patron for little as $1 a month. So and then you get to see me talking about restaurants around town, because apparently that's the only thing I do is eat. And then I'm also in Distance Nerding. I do their download show with them. That's on Tuesdays. And I'm a mod on both Discords. Please come on our Discord. We usually share weird stuff on that too. We love to talk. I know Captain Lady Moon was on it this week, just chatting with people. And Graveyard and I usually give each other crap on it most of the time. It's like our normal, that's the normal way that Graveyard and I handle each other. It's just we give each other crap. That's just the way we do it. But yeah.
So that was everyone's love language. Sorry.
I have
it's
my
mine.
channel called Frey Girl. It's mostly just shorts of my corgis. But I am gonna Shdu and I are going to start a series called Classified, which is classifying non-D&D characters into D&D classes. So
and yes, our first episode. Sorry to interrupt this.
No, go for
Our
it.
first episode will be on the Bad Batch, so tune in for that on Frey Girl's channel, which is just Frey Girl. So.
Yeah, just Frey Girl. It's actually Frey Girl. It's not just Frey Girl. So, and you guys know, I'm on Twitter. It's at Frey Girl. I just started Threads. I'm on Threads now, but that's at Gotham_Oracle. And then I'm on TikTok and Instagram. So yeah.
She's a Frey girl and a Frey girl.
I'm a Frey Girl girl in a Frey Girl world.
Thank you very much.
I got Barbie in.
Yeah. All right. I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out at Night Mostly podcast. You can find that every Wednesday on Comic-Con Radio when they decide to post it on my schedule I give them. That's a whole other story. Make sure to follow us all us on social media except TikTok because we're old. At Pod Out at Night. So you have all new stuff coming up. We have a new interview show called Conversations in the Void. Artwork done by our lovely Mezzo, music by the one and only Captain herself. I'm excited to get that going. You can find me at Distance Learning on Thursdays, interviewing people and making brackets while Phil is building Legos. So make sure to check that out. You can find me here 3 or 4 days a week at Kyber Cave Productions. Make sure to check out all our content that we have on new stuff coming out. As you know, Frey and Captain mentioned, we have a Discord server. You want to talk nerdy with us, you want to talk horror, you want to talk anything and everything with us, join a Discord server. It's free. We love to nerd out with everyone, not just Saturdays, every single day, every hour of the week. Let's make this happen. And as also Frey mentioned, we do have a Patreon just for as little as $1 a month. You can join and help support our channel. And when you are part of a Patreon, you do get exclusive merchandise. You do get chances to win lightsabers, not just on Saber Rattle, but bigger and better, more expensive lightsabers. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to like, comment,
subscribe to the Patreon.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this out. It helps our channel. Hit that like button. Lets us know that you like what you're seeing and helps us determine what our paths going forward with our shows are. On top of that, you can see below, we now are part of the Dubbing Network along with Distance Learning. So make sure to use KCP 2023 at dubby.gg. I don't have the whole spiel memorized yet. That has been forced for Distance Learning. We're going to do our own take out of it. We're going to do commercials. So make sure to check that out. Also, you want yourself a lightsaber? Get yourself a lightsaber like this lovely Graveyard over at kybercave.com, where you can get awesome stuff, and there are discounts that happen sporadically as well. So get yourself a lightsaber and make sure to get fonts by the one and only Force FX, and more fonts and news coming soon on that front from our side of that. And if you like what you see, if you like our channels, you want to support our channels, you can get something like this Retro Alcove shirt that is not actually green screen, but we do have kcpmerch.com where all our shows are getting merch. So make sure to check that out. And we get discounts on that and help support your favorite show. Vote with your shirts. You want to see more Retro Alcove and me kill myself doing really stupid hard games? Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
I mean, there's Castlevania 4 that we are.
Yes.
That's me killing myself.
Yes.
Not Dampy here. Dampy here is he's just laughing at me as I'm trying to
yeah. So yeah,
laughing with me.
Yes.
So EO just took over my EO took over. So just to say.
And Sivlak took over mine. So see, we're in the same boat here.
So thank you to EO, to Shdu, to Frey for joining me as always on the Saturday Morning Nerd Out. We like to thank you, cavers, dwellers, and splunkers, and we'll see you next time. And make sure to let your nerd fly. We love you all. Bye.
Bye.